this is job number 1 with Symach and the technical trainer Marcello. We're just going to repair a quick dent and scratch in the wing. Marcello, over to you.
Yeah, hi, hello everybody. Welcome to Symach.
So what are we going to do, Marcello?
Now I will show you Symach way to repair a dent with a scratch on a fender.
Okay, and what are you going to do first?
First, parts preparation for the application of body filler, and after that dry the body filler with our equipment, Symach equipment. After that, sending the body filler.
Fantastic. So Marcello's now sanded down the panel with the P80 and the 120. He's finished off with the 120. He's now gonna, after blowing the dust off, he's gonna wipe it down with some So it's pretty warm in this booth. Marcello's now filled that panel, skimmed it, we've cured it with the Drytron, so he's now gonna, well, let's let Marcello tell you what he's gonna do.
Yes, now I finished the filler application. I dried the filler completely 100% with Symach Drytron, the handable lamps, and after that I cool down just to reach maybe 30 degrees. And then we sand with P120.
Okay. So after 120, he moves up to 220. So we're now at the priming stage, and Marcello's going to talk us through the way that he likes to prime.
So now I will apply the 2 coats of primer, exactly half coat on the first one, flash off with Symach UV lamp between the coats, second coat full coat, and final cure with the UV lamp.
So whenever you put a primer on or you're moving to the next stage, you need to always make sure your panel's flat. And a good way of doing this is using a guide coat. You can either use an aerosol guide coat, or as Marcello's going to show us, he's going to use a powdered guide coat. So you can see that the guide coat automatically turns the prime that you had underneath there very dark, and this will help show you any high or low spots. So Marcello and I were just discussing guide coats, and we've got our own point of view on it, but what we both agree is that don't only put the guide coat on the beginning when you're doing your initial sand. Marcello, why do you reckon we should go with next thing?
My recommendation is to use the guide coat as possible. For each step in a sanding phase, use the guide coat. That permits to see and to check any very, very, very small imperfection.
Yeah, so don't just use it once, use it a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, just right. As you go to the next sanding stage, just double check.
Wayne, it takes just 2 seconds. That's
exactly.
it.
2 seconds for the perfect job. So he's using a block this time. Just because it's a large flat panel, the block will always work better than the orbital sander. Moving on to the next stage of Marcello's way of prepping. He's got his mask on, so I'm just going to talk to you about it. He's now going to prep the whole panel with 600. This is ready to be base coated. Marcello's just finishing off any areas where the sander didn't get to, just with some 600 on a pad. He's going to go around the edges, and literally it's just where the orbital sander couldn't get to get that better finish and make sure you don't have any paint defects down the road. Next stage of Marcello's work is to apply the base coat, which we're not going to spend too much time on because the whole point is to show you the technology that Symach offer. So if I swing you round to Marcello, what are we going to use?
Now I will apply the Sequence Auto Wave water-based. My way to apply the base is an application in continuous, in one shot, until to reach the coverage. Then I will use the fly dry to dry in one shot. After that I will apply the drop coat. Finish. Now I will set the machine up prior to the application. In that way the machine is ready to cure.
Great. Marcello's put this base coat on, as you would have just seen, and now he's going to apply his clear coat in the technique that he likes to apply it.
Yes, now I will apply the 2 coats of clear coat continuously. Not exactly 2 coats, 1/2 coat followed immediately by a full coat. After that I set up previously the machines, and with 2 passes, the fly dry, it will be cure the clear coat in a few minutes.
Yeah, so we reckon on our rough calculations it will be between 3 to 5 minutes, 2 processes of the machine, and it'll all be cured.
One precisation, I'm still using a standard clear coat, not fast, not ultra fast. That's what I mean.
Right, so Marcello is going to sum up the product that we used from Symach and give you a little bit more explanation.
Yes, Wayne, today we use a Symach Drytron infrared lamp, handable lamp, as you can see for the filler. For the primer, we use the new product from Symach, UV Ledtronic handable UV lamp.
You might have seen me talk about that. I've had it in my own workshop and I've called it the wand.
Exactly, Wayne. And at the end, we use for water base coat and for clear coat, we use our semi-automatic robots that call fly dry.
And as you see in the time lapse, it's super quick, under 5 minutes to cure the clear coat. Thank you, Marcello, and I look forward to working with you tomorrow morning.
You're welcome, Wayne. See you tomorrow.